I've had my pole set up in my home for 5 years now. Let's check in on my progress. Wow, 5 years. Half a decade. That's a really long time to do anything. So I am definitely feeling a certain amount of pressure to prove to you longtime viewers just how good I've gotten at this most frustrating sport. Here's me doing some static stuff. After these 5 long years, Static and I have come to an agreement. We will tolerate each other. Though that seems like a little thing, that's actually a huge milestone for me, a former certified static hater. I've finally built up enough strength in my left arm that it can sort of keep up with the right on static spins. Another big deal.
Very cool, way to go!
And here's another cool thing. I can get into a brass monkey. A progress isn't linear note here. A lot of people get brass monkey like a year into their pole journey. It freaks me out, so I can only just now consistently get into it, but only using this method and only on one side. A lot of my pole training lately has been focused on the butterfly. Here's me pressing up into it from an apprentice tip using 150% of my strength, oh my god. And we have already reached the wow, pole is hard portion of the video, in which I confess that this was a terrible pole day for me. The pole itself felt like a stick of butter, and my tummy started hurting the actual second I turned on the camera. I'm trying to show off a lot here and not really doing it, or getting myself all mixed up. What am I doing? For example, these inverts with almost straight legs are a thing I've been working on, but they were not really good today. Here's a clip from a few weeks ago. And I really wanted to show you how I can do an extended butterfly, but that didn't happen today either, so here's a clip from the butterfly-focused class I took last month. Here's me struggling with this twizzly thing that I did manage to do in class. I'm gonna rip this pole out of the ceiling, I'm gonna throw it on the trash pile.
No!
And I'm gonna let the scorpions get it.
No!
At least I could bust out a sort of acceptable leg-hang switch descent, one of my go-to moves when I can't think of anything else. Though this day was a struggle, I have, hilariously, picked up a few tips that have made nemesis moves real easy after years of fighting them.
Did you know
that your back is supposed to press against the pole in a teddy, so you're hanging on with more than just your armpit? Shout out Charlotte.
Did you know
that hitting a quick Jasmine split just before Superman makes getting into it so much easier? Shout out Maddie.
Did you know
that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? I also learned while making this video that low-waisted pole bottoms are really not my favorite. I guess while I'm tooting my own horn, I will say that I have a couple of handstands in my repertoire now. I would still almost rather do anything else, other than foot mounts. And, have a jade split, which have always felt pretty comfy to me. I like to think it looks a little better now than when I learned it 4 years ago, but I have to reveal something now. I rewatched my own yearly progress videos in preparation for making this one, and in many ways, I've actually gotten worse. Those straight leg inverts I mentioned, apparently I was working on them in year 2. I had gotten an extended butterfly at home last year, and then not again until that butterfly-specific class, and then not again since then. Same thing with aerial ballerina. Been working on it since year 1, got it once in class, and then never again.
Oh my god! 5 years! Yes! 5 years!
There are no shoulder mounts in this video because I was already so disheartened by my failed attempts that I didn't want to do another thing I know I can barely do on one side nowadays, despite me showing them off in year 2. And the Ayesha that I've mentioned in all of my videos so far, my Ayesha and the Ayesha, still a distant dream. Perhaps you are rushing to the comment section to tell me how sad it is that I've barely accomplished anything I set out to do in half a decade of pole training, that you yourself have only done this sport a few weeks and you can do an Ayesha in your sleep, that your instructor has only been doing it for a year and she's teaching 12 classes a day, and I don't fault you for that. However, let me offer a classic Kelsey reframe. I've learned so much over 5 years of doing pole, but the biggest lesson I've learned is that I don't know anything. My knowledge and skill can be defeated by putting a little too much lotion on one day, or my shorts covering too much of my skin, or the music being too loud in the studio and overwhelming me, or my hands and feet being too sweaty, which they literally always are. If you'll forgive me for dragging out my soapbox, the dominant narrative being pushed right now is that anything that's difficult or even a little annoying should be shunted off to AI. So to insist upon doing a sport like this that finds a new way to humble me every single time I do it feels like I'm loudly claiming a part of my humanity. Every failure is mine, and every success that I've spent years fighting for is mine too. When I get a trick in class, my friends, who I've met through pole dancing, cheer for me. And I've gotten to try things like flying pole, which is basically a golden ticket to nausea. And I got to perform my dream pole routine at a Pride-themed drag show where I kicked a dude and he still tipped me. And I dressed up like Parker Schnabel from Gold Rush to make an Instagram video. And I visited Risky Studio in London and had a blast. And I did 2 pole photo shoots this year. Pole has only gotten harder the longer I've done it, but I guess I'm gonna just keep doing it, no matter what my progress looks like on the outside. Bye!